G'day, this is the Australian guy, and today we're riding my Qiewa scooter around San Francisco with the Bay Area Electric Skate Group. First thing we saw on this trip was the Peruvian Navy sail vessel visiting San Francisco, and I must say what a beautiful big ship she is. The Bay Area Electric Skate Group meets behind the Exploratorium every Saturday afternoon at about 1 o'clock. And bring your safety gear, bring your devices. Hey, is that the American Navy defending against the Peruvians or the Peruvians invading America? There's Kevin from Alienrides on YouTube. He rode out with me this day specifically to do a Qiewa review video for his channel, so check that out. So today we're going to look at all the obstacles I could find and crush on my Qiewa scooter. And the first thing we come across is a beach. And with the dual motors, sand is no problem for the Qiewa Qpower. And I had this today in second gear with both motors. If it's in third gear, it gets a little bit too bouncy and a little bit too bucky, and you find yourself trying to hang on too much. Whereas in a lower speed gear, I have much better control in the soft sand. The front wheel really pulls the scooter out of those soft spots. Balancing forward and backwards also helps get you through the soft sand. You can see here without stepping off, I can slow down in the really soft stuff and then I can get back moving again. The Qiewa really does eat up the beach. So we decided to run full length the beach. Why not? I apologize, San Francisco, if you're not allowed to drive scooters on the beach, but as far as I understand, there's very few that will actually go on the beach, so I didn't see it as a big problem. So the Bay Area Skate Group does a skate around San Francisco every Saturday afternoon. Everybody is welcome. It's a great tour of San Francisco. You get to see pretty much everything.
Getting the workout.
Lifting the Qiewa is a bit of a tough thing. It is 50-60 pounds, but that allows it to go up hills and through grass. The momentum along with the dual motors makes this scooter pretty much unstoppable. On my last scooter, if I hit the grass like this, I would end up on my face. So here's a little bit of a challenging hill we went up. Not too challenging, more so with the traffic. The Qiewa chews this up without any problem whatsoever. Third gear and dual motor is what I had it in for this, and with a little bit of space you could get up this hill without any problems whatsoever at 30-35 mile an hour. So there's the rest of the skate group waiting for us. They don't leave anybody behind. They make regular stops and charging stops. Bring your fast chargers. There's always somewhere to go, like on this wood chip pathway. I wanted to show the scooter off, so let's show the scooter off. And then I happened to see a surplus pile of wood chips, and I thought, well, why not? And the Qiewa did it without any problems whatsoever.
That was sick.
Again, big thanks to Kevin from Alienrides. Having this extra third-person footage is something that, I would love to have, but having my drone chase me around would be a bit problematic.
That was over that bump. That was
Now, I did have a little bit of a problem with the front suspension this day, so I didn't use the front brakes. It was all on the back brakes. The Qiewa's a really, really cool scooter. It's very well built. The frame and the battery and the motors and the brakes and everything else are very, very good. Good enough that when we stopped again for another rest, I saw this hill and thought, why not? So I had a little bit of a poke. I'm giving it 1 or 2 kicks here, but when I realized that it wasn't going to be a real problem, I dropped it down into second gear again with dual motors, and I thought I'd come for another run. As you can see through the soft sand, no real problem. And then we get to the dirt lip at the top and pop, up she goes and just continues on. Very easy. The knobby tires make all of this possible, of course. That with the dual motors, I should say. The knobby tires do give you traction, and with slick tires like most scooters, I think you'd have a bit of a hard time getting through this sand.
That was awesome. Yeah, open up that hill. I haven't seen anyone get there before like that. That's great. Those tires are amazing.
That was impressive. I
You got all the way up there. Yeah.
go up that hill, nor would I even attempt it. That was very impressive.
It was, yeah, but you got all the way, like, all the way at the very top.
And then where I would have stopped him and like
kept going.
he went up that dirt part too.
disappeared.
Impressive. And then I was like, wow.
That's not bad.
Now we tires.
Yeah. Knobs.
Awesome. That was just a good look at it.
Yeah. Dave's the only one who's actually tried to go up there.
So enough about how wonderful the Qiewa is. Back on the road again. There's the Pacific Ocean. Kevin did want me to ride a little slower down here. We were hoping to get some nice photographs with the blue sky and the blue water, and well, that didn't show up today, so that was just a nice casual ride down the hill. Unfortunately, I didn't protect the batteries quite like I should have on this day. I believe it was 24.8 miles for the day. I don't carry a charger with me, so I'm a one charge rider, whereas most of these guys were plugging in with fast chargers 2 or 3 times throughout the ride and managed to make it all the way. I unfortunately ended up stopping about a mile before the end of the ride, and I'm not too displeased with that. I pushed this Qiewa pretty hard this day. All of this was filmed in one day on one charge, so I think Qiewa should be pretty happy with what they've done. I would like to hit this hill pretty hard one night, if there's not too many cars parked along the side and not too much traffic. I think the Qiewa could get down this hill at its full 60 miles an hour without too much problem. Now if you check out the guy on the skateboard that's just gone past me, the guy crouching down, he's about to discover that gravity and speed and cement all have a relationship that we should bear in mind when we ride these scooters and devices, and dress not for the ride, dress not for the looks, but dress for the sudden stop that comes unexpectedly. Oops. I must say a very nice roll was had. And a thumbs up shows he's okay. I'd love to get him that video, so if anyone knows who that was, have him contact me and I'm happy to shoot him a copy of that footage. Now the girl with the bare legs, you may think, oh my god, the gravel rash would look horrible, but she builds her own scooters, her own boards I should say, and she's a phenomenally talented rider. Now because of the front suspension issues, I didn't want to go too hard here, but Kevin was encouraging me. There's a few speed bumps along here and not so much traffic, so we did have a little bit of fun on a couple of them. We stopped again to let everyone catch up, and I saw this pathway and thought, well, you know, this is a review video, so let's see what the Qiewa can do. The rest of the group continued down the road. Kevin chased me on his one-wheeler, his unicycle. He takes that thing pretty much everywhere I could take the Qiewa on this day. I didn't see him on the beach, and there's another spot or two that he didn't attempt, but I'll give him credit for everywhere else that he took the unicycle. Now, as a point of vanity, I have to say this video isn't about me. This is about the Qiewa Qpower scooter. I'm just hanging on, and the scooter's making me look good. We didn't actually know where the track was going, so when we found an exit, we took it. We wanted to catch back up to the group and continue on the group ride. One nice thing about the Qiewa and its off-road abilities is when you meet a family on a pathway, they don't have to be the ones to step off the pathway for me. And I like that. Having a little bit of fun here. Unfortunately, the rear mudguard's starting to loosen off here. You can see it vibrating quite a bit, and there's a bit of a rattle, but when I got home I tightened that up. You do need to be aware that there is work hardening with the mudguards, and I have broken one already. I saw this field and thought, well, we got to have a try at this. I'm worried about logs about 4 inches in diameter or bigger. Anything else, as long as I can see it, I can jump the front wheel over it, and then I can pretty much get up and over gutters and anything else that's 4 or 5 inches. The long grass had no effect on the scooter. But again, we're out on a group ride, so I didn't want to play here for too long. I get back up to where Kevin was and we could go back and join the group.
Jesus. That wasn't me. Oh my god.
Even in GoPro.
I decided to leave the grass on the scooter for funny value when we met back to the group, but soon after we found this nice little pull out off the road. Now this rocky surface can be like a pebbling effect on scooters, and you hit it at the wrong angle and the wheels just go out from under you. But with the Qiewa, with the knobby tires, surface like this is absolutely no problem. But again, unfortunately, I only had back brakes this day, so every time I hit them I did tend to skid just a little bit more than I'd like, chewing up the tires. So back on the road again, and I said, I want to drive on the shit up here on the side. And then this happened. In my defense, there was just a little soft spot right down on the edge of the road. You can see the darker wood chips there, and as soon as the front wheel hit that little soft spot, I had no chance.
Totally did.
But if you look at the video linked to the end of this one, I was on a mountain road in Mendocino recently, and I come off the road, or I actually came round the corner at about 40 miles an hour, and I hit the brakes. I knew I wasn't going to make it, and then I hit the side of the mountain at about 30 miles an hour. You can see the nice long skid mark I leave there, which isn't good for the tires. I wouldn't recommend it. With both sets of brakes working, then I believe those skids are minimized. You share the braking load. Again, big thanks to all the guys and girls from Bay Area Electric Skate Group. Fantastic bunch of people. You made a quick day trip down to the city a very enjoyable day for me. Once again, everyone's welcome on the ride. If you've got a personal electric device, it doesn't matter if it's a bike, a scooter, a board, a one-wheeler, a unicycle, or anything else you come up with. Many of these devices are built by these people themselves. As you can see, everybody is dressed for the sudden stop at the end, so don't forget your safety gear. Meet behind the Exploratorium every Saturday at 1 o'clock. Arrive a little earlier. There are 2 or 3 charging stops along the afternoon route, and then they stop for dinner at the end. So I guess if you've watched it this far, you might be going to watch it to the end. So please, stretch that little finger and hit the like button. Maybe share it with some friends, or even subscribe to my channel for new videos. I don't always do electric scooter videos. I also have a drone that I film wildlife. I have an electric sailboat. I'm even a fire eater and fire breather, and I might even put some of those videos up. So here's the electric Qiewa Qpower electric scooter. $2,100 delivered. I was running very low on battery, but someone on a one-wheeler or a unicycle was trying to get down this. In the end, he carried it down, and Kevin said, "Are you crazy? and I thought,
Oh,
damn
he's
straight
wobbling
I'm
down there.
crazy. So
Are you gonna try it?
unfortunately I didn't have my cameras on, and Kevin was a little worried about getting himself down, so he wasn't as focused as maybe I would have liked. But I am going to go back to San Francisco and do this little track properly. It's easily the most fun track that I've ever ridden my scooter on. These little pebbly rocks, as soon as you hit the brakes, you slide sideways around the corner. And I think the Qiewa can get both down this and up this very successfully. So we're going to go back and try that in the next week or so.
Crazy.
So again, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. It costs you nothing, and in the end maybe it costs YouTube something. Who knows? I don't want to set myself on fire forever.